Hi everyone, всем привет! Welcome to my channel AllasYummyFood. Today I want to show you one of my favorite mini dessert recipes. They are called Sirochki. Sirochki in Russian mean like mini cottage cheesecakes covered in chocolate. Now this recipe is really special to me because I used to have Sirochki every day for breakfast. And technically they're healthy because they contain a lot of cottage cheese and some sugar, and then they're coated in chocolate. So every child loves this food. So if you want to make your children eat healthy, but it's not, you know, it's kind of like a sweet treat as well at the same time, they're gonna love you forever.
In a bowl, add your dark chocolate along with your unsalted butter and place it into a microwave for 1 minute with 30-second breaks to make sure your chocolate doesn't burn. Once it's melted, take your ramekins. You can use any molds. I'm using this shape because that's the one that reminds me of the ones that I used to have as a kid. So just gently wipe down the chocolate all around with your pastry brush. And you want to just put a thin layer because we're going to be doing a double glazing anyway. So just put as much chocolate as you can. Make sure you cover most of the bits, and then you want to place that into the freezer for about 5 to 10 minutes. Once it's done, you're going to apply the second coating of the chocolate all over your molds, and I'm using a pastry brush again. I've just warmed up the chocolate so you can reuse the old one, and then place it back into the freezer for about 20 minutes. Guys and girls, you can find my recipe on my website at AllasYummyFood.com. All the recipes are translated into English and Russian languages. You can search for them or go and look through the pictures and click on the ones that you like. Next, we're going to make our cottage cheese filling. So add your cottage cheese. I'm using dry cottage cheese with butter and vanilla extract. Then we're going to add condensed milk and mix everything with the hand blender. You can do this by hand with a fork or spoon. However, blender gets more use and it's a bit easier to mix everything together and get that sort of smooth consistency. You can also put this into a blender, but it will take a while to blitz in stages. Then add the rest of the condensed milk and keep mixing. You can add more or less condensed milk depending on how sweet you like it, and also depending on how dry your cottage cheese is. Make sure you use cottage cheese which is produced in Latvia, Russia, Estonia, Poland, and it is 100% dry. Things like wet cottage cheese is not going to work in this recipe. So once you get nice smooth mixture, that's ready. We're going to put this into a piping bag. So place a tall glass and then put a piping bag over it so it's easy to spoon your mixture. And then just fill it up until it's completely full, and it's going to be quite a big piping bag. We're making a lot of cottage cheese sirochki. I like to make a lot in advance because you can freeze them for up to 3 months. So once it's done, it should look just like that. Make sure it's tight. Then take out your molds from the freezer and gently start piping your cottage cheese inside. You want to fill it up almost all the way to the top because we're not putting any filling inside, so as much cottage cheese as you can fit in. And then you want to take a wet spoon and just smooth out the edges, just go around your mold and make sure they're pressed inside. Then I'm using more melted chocolate and I'm covering the bits on top to seal the actual sirochki. So just go around and then place it into a freezer to set for about 1 hour. Once your cottage cheese bites have been set, you can take them out easily from your mold. They should pop out. And if there are any chocolate bits that are stuck, you can just break those with your hand, and feel free to just place them and serve them straight away. Or if you wanted to keep them for later, you can always place them in a cling film and then into a freezer, and they actually last a couple of months. So if you can't handle eating them all, or you have a smaller family, you can always freeze them and enjoy them at a later stage. Now to decorate, place your cottage cheese bites
and decorate with some fresh blueberries and mint. You can add any other berries if you want, and I'm just cutting into it to show you. It's still a bit cold, but look at that creamy filling, chocolate coating. It's so delicious. Enjoy, guys.